Guys, Chad here from CNR Reviews. We got a SIG comparison to do, guys, and this is one that I believe you might have seen on a SHOT Show. We're going to do a little bit more of an in-depth comparison. The Sig P938. This is the Nightmare version, the black G10 grips. Check out that gun, guys. Brand spanking new. We actually haven't even had a chance to take it to the range yet. It's going to be versus the tried and true, trusty Sig P238 380. You know what, guys? Both these guns are not cheap. They're going to be one of the more expensive carry pistols that you're going to find out here. I actually picked up the Sig P238 about 6 months ago, and I got a screaming deal on it. I only paid about $409 for the gun. It actually came with a laser and whatnot, but the issue was that the gun had been out for a couple years, so you could find it for those prices. The Sig P938 actually is coming out in 2012. I'd have to say it's probably one of the most highly anticipated 9mm out there, up next to the Shield, and then also with the XDS 45 coming out. This guy is going to be in high demand. So if you find one of these and you really like it, I recommend picking one up because they're not going to be around very long. And hopefully, when the P238 came out, SIG had some issues, and hopefully they have since learned from their mistakes, and hopefully the 938 will run perfect. We will be testing it at the range here in the next day, and we will be letting you guys know. Let's go and talk about some features that these guns have. They have the identical features besides one thing. Now, the 238 has one safety. You can buy a version of the 238 with an ambidextrous safety, but this one only has one on it. This is the duotone. The 938 actually has two. So you have an ambidextrous safety right here. So for you lefties, hey, they didn't forget about you. Now they did forget to put a slide release there, so you only get one slide release. It's basically based upon a 1911. You have SIG night sights on both of these guys, and they're awesome. They run great. And I really like that SIG includes them with the price of the gun. So many companies out there do not, and I think that's awesome. Let's quickly talk about weight, because when I initially picked up the 938, I was going, holy crap, that thing is small. I was expecting something a lot bigger. And the P238, and usually me and Ryan don't like to give you guys weights without them being loaded, but our scale is broken right now, so we haven't had a chance to actually weigh them loaded. But the P238 is about 15.2 ounces. 15.2 ounces. Now this guy probably weighs a little bit more because I threw the Hogue rubber grip on there. And you can put an extended magazine if you're looking for that. And that's also going to add some weight to it. So fully loaded, this guy's going to run in like the 17-ounce area, maybe 17.5. And I think that is a perfect size. I've carried this in my shorts pockets. You can't even see it. I mean, it hides perfect. This is a perfect summer carry. I can hide these in my shorts pocket. Even during wintertime, it just blends right in. If I want to carry two weapons, this guy is small enough, it just blends away, which is awesome. Now, like I said, when I picked up the 938, I was going, man, this thing's going to be a lot bigger. I don't know if I'm going to conceal it as much, but I am really impressed, guys. 6-round magazine again, and the weight on this guy is only 16 ounces, 0.8 of an ounce heavier than the 238. That to me is very impressive. When we actually do the size comparison, we'll actually determine where that weight is, and I'll show you. But fully loaded with even like 147 grain, you're going to be looking in like the lower 18-ounce area, somewhere around there. And I think that is more than capable to conceal. And I'm really excited to actually try this gun out. Let's go ahead and let's talk about size comparison. Where is that 0.8 of an ounce in size? I think this one's very... There we go, guys. This one's very telling. We're going to go and line up. And there you go. That is the difference on the slide. I hope you guys can see that. It is 0.4 of an inch. That is very impressive, especially with this guy being a 9mm. As you can see, the ejection port area is going to be a lot bigger because of the 9mm shell. Very impressive. Let's go and look at height. If you line these two up, they're almost identical. That's awesome. Actually, they probably are identical. I'm kind of moving them around a little bit, but check that out, guys. Single stack 9mm and single stack 380. Fantastic. The other thing to look at is width. Now, Ryan and I have already had a little argument on this. According to Sig's website, these are almost identical in width, but they're not. And I'll tell you why. Because this guy has the ambidextrous safety. If you're comparing it to the Sig 238, the 238, the normal ones only have the one safety. Now remember, you can get two, but like I said, the normal ones just have the one. Now this guy has two, so you're going to add a little bit of weight in the rear at the base of the slide. Other than that, guys, I am super impressed. Price-wise, if you're going to be in the market for either one of these guns, it is not uncommon to find the Sig P238 running in the 600s. And I've seen them go for $550. I've seen them go for $500. Like I said, I picked up this one for $409. It was a fluke. It was a screaming deal on this gun. Could not pass it up. Now the Sig 938 is going to run you in about the lower 600s for the Nightmare version. And then as you get into like the Rosewood grips and stuff like that, maybe the Equinox version, you're going to be running in like the 660s to to almost 700. And I would not pay more than 700 for these. I've been to multiple gun shops in our area. They've all told me that they're going to price these guys for this guy in the 620 area, and the more expensive versions of these, they're going to be in like the 660 area. So if you see guys selling these for MSRP of 800 plus, keep on walking. Go take a look somewhere else. There's plenty of other gun dealers out there. If you have to have it and you're willing to pay that, great, but I was not. And like I said, I paid $627 for this guy, $409 for this guy, but it's not uncommon, like I said, to find this standard for $550, $600, $620, somewhere around there. So it's very comparable in price, guys. So that's just a really quick comparison video. Like I said, the weight is very similar. The size is really similar, especially you're getting that extra velocity from the 9mm. It's got the same carrying capacity. Even the triggers, guys, are 7.5 to 8.5 pound triggers. They're identical. It's fantastic. So guys, check out these guns. I think that the 938 may take over. I know the recoil is fantastic on the 380, and that is one thing that even though it doesn't have the extended base plate on this version, I'd gone out and bought it and then found out that I loved the recoil with just 2 fingers on there. So we will see at the range how this guy does with the recoil, especially with you not gaining much in weight or in size, really. It's not much different. So that's a real quick comparison, guys. If you have any questions regarding the Sig 938, check out our other videos. Like I said, we're going to be going to range within the next day or two, and then we're going to be doing some rapid fire videos in the mountains. If you want to know more about the Sig P238, we have a series of videos already on this guy. I recommend checking those out. And thanks a lot for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. And if you have any questions, like I said, feel free to ask. This is Chad from CNR Reviews. Have a good night.